Hi everyone, my name is Winnie M Li, and I'm really excited to be leading this right here, right now prompt to help celebrate the 2021 Liverpool Year of Writing for Writing on the Wall. I had the amazing chance to be one of the digital writers in residence last year for the Writer's Block program, and it's been really nice to be able to interact with people in Liverpool and around the world and try to get people writing. So here is going to be my prompt for today. Well, we're in the middle of winter right now. So last time I did this for writing on the wall, I was in California and it was sunny and it basically felt like summer. And now we're kind of in a time of year in the middle of lockdown 3 in the UK, where we kind of feel like nothing's going to be moving in some ways. And yet things will move forward from here. So I just wanted to kind of prompt you to imagine a different kind of world. And it's still going to be along the lines of pandemic and contagion. So if you could possibly imagine a world where something else was extremely contagious, right now, in the real world, we have COVID-19, which unfortunately has infected lots of people and unfortunately killed many people as well. But imagine it wasn't a virus, which was something that could be passed too easily. So instead of developing symptoms and severe pneumonia with all those sorts of medical consequences, imagine it was something positive that could be passed on that quickly from one person to another. So it could be anything. It could be the ability to speak multiple languages just like that, or it could be an amazing sense of humor, or the ability to understand what babies are saying, or an incredible sense of gratitude. So, I mean, these are just some ideas, but imagine if there was something positive that could happen just like that, like a positive kind of virus that was passed around. What would that look like? What would the world look like, or society, or even your street look like if something like that could start passing that quickly? So I'd like you to take that idea and just write on it for 10 minutes. And you can write it in first person from your own perspective using the word I. I saw this and the next day this happened to me. Or you can write it in third person, maybe if it was a fairy tale or if it was a news report. But just think of that, something positive, a positive kind of virus is being passed around the world. And what does that world look like? So take 10 minutes and I'm gonna start my phone stopwatch and we're gonna start. Okay, happy writing. 30 seconds left. Okay, that's 10 minutes. So I'm just in the middle of the sentence. um, yeah, so I'm gonna read this to you. Obviously, it's literally just stuff I scrolled down in the 10 minutes that just passed, so it's not particularly polished. There's just kind of an idea that I wanted to explore. So again, it's sort of a positive virus that's been spreading around our community. And what does that look like? I can remember the first day it started spreading. I had heard news reports later on, but that was before I'd noticed. Sorry, let me start this again. I can remember the first day it started spreading. Later on, I heard news reports, but that was a few days after I'd noticed some unexpected changes in the people around me. My next door neighbor, Val, for example, was an 80-year-old woman who often complained to me or anyone else who would listen about anything at all, really. But one morning I opened the door, was unpleasantly surprised to see Val taking out her rubbish. And instead of the usual grimace, the bitter mumbled comment about something I had done inconsiderately or the council had done inconsiderately, she just looked at me, silent for a moment. Then she smiled and wished me a good morning. Strange. The next day I noticed a strange change in me, too. Stepping onto the bus, muttering my usual hello to the bus driver, I suddenly felt a wave of something emanating from him. A sense of loneliness, boredom, a distinct phrase floating in the air between us, even though he said nothing. 4 hours until my lunch break. God, I'm so bored. That was the phrase I heard. I was stunned, shocked. I couldn't say anything because he hadn't said anything, yet I knew clear as day that that was what the bus driver was thinking. I took my seat next to a rough-looking man in his 50s, and I felt only sadness coming from him. I wish Sophie spoke to me the way she speaks with her mum. Again, that was a phrase I heard. He looked at me, I looked at him, but I felt I couldn't tell him that I could read his thoughts so easily. But when I got up to move past him, because we'd reached my stop, I said, "Thank you," a little more kindly and smiled a little more warmly. It went on, this strange, almost magical ability to read other people's thoughts and feelings. I wondered if other people could read mine that easily. And that's as far as I got. Could be the beginning of a short story, who knows? But I just sort of wanted to imagine what the world would look like, where if instead of passing COVID-19 around, we suddenly passed around the ability to read others' thoughts and feelings, and would that make us a nicer society in some ways or not? You could have picked something totally different, as long as it was something positive. So I hope you enjoyed this little exercise. Yeah, and I look forward to seeing what else is in store for Writing on the Walls, Liverpool 2021 Year of Writing program. All right, thanks, bye, and happy writing.